Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Steph and I'll be your yoga teacher for today. Thanks so much for coming in. Today's practice is going to be a shorter one that you could come back to time and time again. It is a lot about the hip space. We're going to work with a bit of mobility and active mobility to really work on opening into that internal and external rotation through the hips, and we're going to take some really nice stretches. So this is really an all levels practice. You could bring a couple of blocks to your practice if you would like to, especially to ground down. You might want to pop yourself up on a block. So when you're ready, roll your mat out, get started. Come onto your block or maybe on a cushion, sitting up nice and tall. Feel free, close your eyes here to take a moment and arrive in the space. Hands can be down on the thighs. Drawing the spine nice and tall from the navel all the way up to the crown of the head. Then you can take a nice big shoulder roll going back. Let those shoulders travel down your spine. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Just grounding into a little bit of stillness. Just notice how your body is feeling today, especially that hip area. Take care throughout your practice of any parts of vulnerability in your body. Trying to bring a little bit of softness now through the rest of the body, through your forehead and your jaw. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Just notice the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen, of your belly. Then we're going to tap into a few longer and deeper breaths here, really bringing in a sense of patience. Allowing your breath to become a little fuller, a little longer. Letting those inhales and exhales bleed into one another. When you're ready, hands on the thighs or on the knees. Take an inhale, lift your heart forward. Find that little heart lift. And on your exhale, chin to chest, round your spine. We're just going to begin by mobilizing the spine. Keep working through those seated cat and cows. Maybe you're starting small and then breath by breath, you could make this movement a little bit bigger. And to work a little bit more into the pelvic area here, we're going to start to, after that next cat and cow, create big circles through the body. Inhale, now let the chest reach forward as you circle forward. And exhale, chin to chest, round and draw back. See if you can take about another 2 or 3 in that one direction. And then take those circles the other way as well. And then When you're ready, coming all the way back through center. Feel free, flutter open your eyes if they're not already. Take an inhale for a moment, reach the arms up. Interlace your fingers, just draw the palms up to the sky and take a nice long stretch, reaching from your soles all the way up to those palms. Maybe you take a little wiggle into the side body here. And then you're going to come all the way back through center, release those hands, lower those arms all the way back down. Now you might want to come off your block now. You can stretch your legs out for a moment, maybe give them a little shake out. And then you're going to place your feet a little bit wider, toes can be slightly pointing out. See if you can keep your spine nice and lifted. And you're going to bring the elbows to the inner knees. So you can almost like in a malasana yogic squat, open through the hip space. Yet this time we're going to start to press the arms and the knees into one another so we can find that activation in the hip space, in those inner thighs. See if you can keep breathing here. One more breath. And then you're going to release that engagement, place your hands behind you for a little bit of support. And you're just going to lower the right knee down for that internal rotation. And then the left knee. And you can just window wipe those knees from side to side, just so you can feel into those hip joints. One more to each side. Then you're going to lower the knees over to the left-hand side. Bring your feet in a little bit closer so you're in this mermaid position. And then you're going to slide your left arm away. Some of you might be on the hand, some of you might be down on the forearm. So just see what feels available in your body. Reach that right arm all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Now see if you can feed that right arm underneath the left. Finding a little twist through the body here. Inhale again, reaching up. Maybe you reach slightly behind to open the chest a little more. Exhale, feed it through. See if you can take one more like that. When you're ready, reaching that right arm all the way up to the sky again. Then you're going to push the ground away, come all the way through center. And you're going to place that right hand down, maybe on a block, maybe on the ground. Reach the left arm up and over. Find a nice side stretch here. You might feel that side stretch also in the outer left hip. One more big breath. And then you're going to inhale, come through center. Exhale, place the left hand behind you, right hand to your outer thigh. Now think about your right hip bone shifting forward slightly, and you can get that nice stretch through your hip flexor. Take a little turn with the head over the shoulder. Breathing here. And this could be your option to stay, or you're going to place your left hand down behind you. And then you're going to take an inhale and lift your hips up for a little mermaid stretch. Reach the right arm behind you, lift the chest a little higher to the sky. Pause here for 2 breaths, opening up through the groin. Slowly pop the bottom all the way down again when you're ready. And then you can pivot the chest back through center. Now come back with the feet wide as we did in the beginning and have your hands to heart center. Maybe this time without using the hands down, you can come into a bit more active mobility. Hands to the heart space. See if you can take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees to the left. Inhale, shuffle back through center. Exhale to the right. One more on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And you might notice you're shuffling a little bit off your mat. That's okay. You can move back to your mat after. And then over to the right. Come all the way back through center. Maybe you just shuffle back onto your mat. And then bring your elbows again to the inner knees. See if you can find that engagement again, squeezing, keeping the spine lifted. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Lovely. Slowly release the squeeze. See if you can then lower the knees over to the right hand side. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. And then see if you can slide that right arm forward and away from you. Maybe you come on the hand, maybe you're down on the elbow. Take an inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, feed the left arm underneath the right. Inhale again, lifting up. Maybe you reach slightly behind just to open the chest a little more. Exhale, feed it through. One more time. Good. Inhale, reach that left arm up again, and then you're going to push the ground away with your hand, lift up, and you're going to lower that left hand down, maybe on a block. Right arm reaches up and over, finding that nice side stretch here. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, rise all the way through center. And then exhale, place the right hand behind you, left hand to your outer thigh. Sitting in that little mermaid twist, think about your left hip bone now shifting forward. So squeezing that glute slightly so you can get that stretch in your hip flexor. Either you're going to stay here again with that little twist, or you're going to ground into the hand behind you. And on your next breath in, lift the hips up, reach that left arm behind you, find that mermaid lift. Nice couple of big breaths up here. And then you're going to pop your bottom all the way down again. Amazing. Now from here, we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So make your way there. And then you're just going to bring the knees a little wider for a moment. Sit back to a wide leg child's pose. Take a little wiggle with your body between those legs. Let the head and neck relax. And then you're going to lift the chest, come all the way forward into a tabletop and bring the knees underneath your hip space. Now see if you can lower the left forearm down, have the right hand underneath the right shoulder. And then you're going to step your right leg out behind you. Tuck your toes to begin with. Push the ground away with your forearm in your hand. And then see if you can start to lift that right leg off. And you're going to open the hip to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knee here, stretching through the quad muscle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Just pause here for a moment. Open the hip actively as far as feels good. And then you're going to extend that leg out long again. Now you're going to square your hip and you're going to step that right foot down. Come all the way up onto the left hand and then push the ground away. Come into a downward facing dog so you can paddle out through the feet. Shake, nod the head for a moment. And you're going to come all the way back to that downward facing dog. Feel free, bring the knees down, or maybe you can step the right foot to the outside of the right hand from here. You can drop the back knee down and untuck your toes. If you need blocks underneath the hands, use your blocks. And then you're going to pivot onto the outer edge of the right foot. Make that movement of that opening from the hip, coming from the hip space and not just from the knee. Allowing that hip to externally rotate. Maybe you can dip the left side of the hip down a little more. Then you're going to take an inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And your exhale, cactus the arm slightly behind you so you can now drop that left hip down a little more. Breathing here. One more breath. And then you're going to slowly come down with that right hand again. Come flat onto that right foot and bring the foot now to the inside of the right hand. Press the front foot down into the mat. Squeeze your glutes. Take an inhale. Keep the hips low. Reach the arms forward and up. Finding that nice stretch through that left hip flexor. Then see if you can hold on to your left wrist with your right hand. Take an inhale, reach a little taller. Exhale, take a side bend to the right. Breathe. On your next breath in, come back through center. Exhale, release the hands all the way down again. Frame the foot. Then see if you can tuck under your back toes, lift the knee, and we're going to step it back to down dog. Take another paddle here through the feet, checking in with the right and the left. You might feel a little bit uneven now. We've done a lot on the one side. So just becoming aware of that more openness on one side. And then you're going to lower those knees all the way back down again to tabletop. Untuck your toes. Now see if you can place the right forearm down to the mat and step the left leg out behind you. Find a moment here to find your stability. And then you're going to lift that left leg up, open the hip to the side. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the leg, point the foot. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend the leg out long. Exhale, bend. Couple more times. And then you're going to pause here with that bent knee. Open the hip externally as far as you can go, finding that active opening. One more breath. And then you're going to extend that leg out long again. Now square your hip and tap the toes down again. Come back up onto the right hand. Push the ground away. Come up to downward facing dog. Take a moment to find stillness here. Little bend in the knees. I always recommend to lengthen through the spine. Let the head and neck relax. And then you're either going to take the knees down to help your foot forward, or maybe you can step the left foot to the outer left hand in your down dog. Come to lizard. Drop your back knee down. You can untuck your toes. Use your blocks if you need. Come onto the outer edge of the left foot. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm rises up. Exhale, cactus the arm behind. Allow that right side of your hip to dip down to find that nice stretch through the front of the hip. Breathing here. One more breath. And then you're going to slowly lower that left hand down. Come flat onto that front foot again. Heel toe the left foot in a little more. Press the front foot down into the earth. Squeeze your glutes now. Stay low. Take an inhale. Reach your arms up. Allow those hips to sink forward, and then you're going to hold on to the right wrist with your left hand. Take a side stretch over to the left. Breathe. Couple more breaths here. On your next breath in, come back through center. Exhale, lower those hands down. Frame your foot. Now see if you can lift up your back knee and then step it back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment here, maybe a nice releasing breath, letting go. Then you're going to take the gaze forward. You're going to step to the top of the mat and step the feet wide. Have the toes pointing outwards slightly, lower down for your Malasana squat. Now in your squat here, I'm just going to turn my way around. You could pop your bottom up on a block. You could also be a little bit higher, okay? You can have the hands down for support. Some of you might be nice and deep here. Elbows to the inner knees, finding your Malasana. Allow those hips to externally rotate, spine is lifted. Now this could be enough for you today. You could just stay here and enjoy that hip opening, or you're going to work for a little bit of active mobility with me. Then release the squeeze, keep the external rotation. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the right knee down. Yet also move through the ankle here, not just the knee. Inhale, open. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, open. One more on each side. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Come all the way back to your Malasana. Settle in, take another breath. And then from your Malasana, maybe you can slowly start to pop the bottom all the way down to the earth. Hug the knees into the chest. Allow the body to soften. Slowly start to lift your head, lift your gaze. And then you're going to open the knees wide. Bring the feet into butterfly. Yet have your feet coming a little bit further away from your body, so you have that more diamond shape. You could come back on the block, helps with any forward fold. We're going to come into a relaxed forward fold. So here you can round your spine. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold between the legs. Allow your body to hang heavy. Maybe those arms lay on top of the legs. Maybe you wiggle them underneath. And then you can let the head soften down and just take a few breaths here to check in with that breath movement through the back body. Try not to pull your way down. Just allow gravity to draw you down. Doing that nice expansion of the rib cage in the back with every inhale. And a softness with every exhale. Couple more big breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly start to roll the body all the way back up. Close the knees all the way down. Help with your hands. And then you can slowly start to roll the body all the way down. Walk the feet in just a little bit more, hip width apart with your feet. Hands are next to the side body. Take an inhale, hug the navel down, lift your hips up, taking this last little pose here to open up through the front of the hip. Breathing here. Engaging those inner thighs so those knees are not flaring open. And if you'd like a little bit for the shoulders, you could interlace your hands behind you and just hug the shoulders under a little bit more. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. One more breath. then slowly release the grip of your hands and lower your hips down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you come all the way down, take a little window wipe with those knees side to side. Then you're going to lengthen those legs out long, reach the arms behind you, take a nice long stretch, arching the spine of the mat. Maybe flexing your feet, curling your toes. And if it feels nice, you could hug those knees into the chest and curl your forehead towards the knees, giving yourself a big loving hug. From here, you could take a little roll over to one side, find a moment to pause. And then we're going to meet again in that seated position. Just coming back to that stillness we started with, observing the body, noticing how the body is feeling now after that little practice. You're going to take a deep breath in, reach the arms wide and up, palms together. Exhale, thumbs to the forehead. Give your mind a big thank you for showing you the way to your practice. Hands to heart center, bowing to our bodies for all of the work they do day in, day out, on and off the mat. Thanking you all so much for joining me on this little practice. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for tuning in and giving this practice a try. I hope your hips feel nice and mobile now and open. If you would like a little bit more with my practices, I have a couple of extra YouTube videos up as well. And I also have my website in the link in my bio where I offer my online classes, they're live Zoom classes, and also a membership with recorded classes. So feel free and have a little look. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you for your next practice. Bye bye.